Gwen, good morning.
Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
This is only our 17th time talking over the last 20 years, so
Are you serious?
I feel very close to you.
I feel so honored. Every time I get on the radio, I feel like, whoops, there it goes again. I'm on the radio. It never gets old, that's for sure, and I know you know that.
Yeah, no, and especially when it's somebody that's really dope. So, like, the first time was, I think, in 2000 when they opened up the Experience Music Project in Seattle, and no doubt was there performing.
Cool.
And I think you checked
I'm
in with.
Trying to remember.
Please don't strain yourself. I'm not one of those guys that goes, remember that one time?
I know, and I'm like the worst. Like, I barely remember what happened yesterday. So.
I can't even.
I think that's one of the gifts God gave me is that I don't remember a lot, so it just makes me move forward and keep going.
Well, it allows you to treat every day like it's your first day.
That's true. That is true.
A real quick story. Real quick story about that moment. So then, you and I were both side stage watching the Eurythmics at the EMP opening, and this is like, I asked you to dance, and even though you turned me down, you still allowed me to cross something off my bucket list, which was ask Gwen Stefani to dance, which I never in my life thought would actually happen.
What did I say? I do remember that show, actually, because when you said the Eurythmics, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what?
Did I say no, I don't want to dance with you?
No, I said, hey, do you want to dance? And you looked at me and you smiled. And so it was the greatest shoot down of all time because you just smiled and said, no, thank you.
I wasn't mean.
No, you were dope. I'm just saying. Anyway, I want to get to the residency because I'm super excited about this because it is for part of the proceeds, obviously, for a great cause. So let's talk about what's going on at the Zappos Theater, Planet Hollywood, the Just a Girl residency. It's starting later on this month. And I love the fact, obviously, you're going to be doing all the hits. So everybody's going to be freaking out. What is your favorite what songs off of you? What do I want to ask here? Which album is your favorite to perform?
That's a really good question because I feel like there are certain songs that I love, like just love the song, right. And then there's some songs that I love the song, but I don't like performing because it's hard. But I love doing hits, so that's why this whole show is pretty fun. I think that for me, like coming out and doing, Holla Back Girl is one of those moments that you never get over because people just get so excited on that song, and then way down through the show I do Don't Speak, which is a whole different vibe, but again, that song feels like it just goes to another level where people feel so nostalgic when it comes on, you know what I mean? And it's like you can tell that song, people relate to it in such a deep way. So, I mean, really just all of the songs. I mean, the show is really challenging for me because it's a long show. There's lots of costume changes. It's emotional. You know what I mean? It's like my life boiled down to a show. Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, like there's so much joy because when you have all the success and all these amazing things happen, it doesn't really sink in. You don't really know it's real until you're out there on stage and you see the people that actually listen to your life story and are singing it back to you, and it's pretty crazy, and it makes you just kind of feel like, wow, like all this happened, and that's why I think it's so draining. That's why I have to go do tons of squats and get myself ready to get on stage because it's just emotionally and physically exhausting in a great way.
I want to talk about how do you prepare because you've been doing it for so long. Like how do you keep the fire? What are the workouts like? What's the meal plan like?
It's different than touring, and it's a different kind of show because touring, you're like going out and you're like, hey, what's up, Seattle? It's me and you, and it's that culture and you. This is people that fly in from around the world. It's so different these days, too, because I think fans, they connect online, so they kind of meet each other from around the world, and then we're going to go to Vegas this day, and it's like, it's just a different thing, and you're competing not only with just yourself and your past shows, but all the other Vegas shows and just the energy of Vegas and the gambling, and it's just a whole different kind of thing. And I think being in a theater versus some of the bigger venues that I've played through my career is a different thing. It's very Vegas-y. You have the opportunity to really see everybody and talk to everybody and make it very personal. Every night's different depending on what they give me. You know what I'm saying? So It's pretty magical. I feel like I would have never been able to do this show until now. Like, I had to do all those other shows and, like, write all these songs and have all that life experience to be able to get to this point. So it's pretty awesome, I have to say.
That's going to be fantastic. You can grab tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Gwen. Do not miss this. And the other thing that I love, I have a 4.5-year-old daughter, so anything that involves the kids affects me, like, personally. And I know you have boys. And $1 of each ticket gets donated to the Cure for Kids Foundation in Vegas. I don't know much about it other than they don't turn anybody away for terminal illnesses, other catastrophic things going on, which I love. So talk about your involvement. Talk about the foundation a little bit.
Sure, yeah. When I was going to build the show, I said we obviously have to do, at this point in my career, like, I need to do something charitable, of course. And so I want to do something local because they're hosting me there in Vegas. And I think that to be able to do something for children is, again, like, I'm with you. Like, my entire career is always, if I did a charity, it was a children's charity.
Right.
Chalk Hospital, L.A., Orange County. Like, to me, kids that are sick, it just doesn't make sense. And just to be a parent now and to meet the parents and the children that are going through things like that it's so inspiring to see their bravery. So yeah, I'm part of that. And $1, all I have to do is get up on stage, and everybody that buys a ticket is helping these children because, like you said, they don't turn people away if you don't have the insurance. It's this amazing organization, and right now we've already made enough money with 17 shows. I think we've done 16 shows that they're expanding, and they're building these new exam rooms, and I get to actually design one of the rooms and do it in my style. So it's just another thing for these children that are suffering that they get something to look forward to, and so it's pretty awesome to be able to be at this point in my life where me doing my music actually can, simply just getting up there and singing a song can help these families. It's pretty awesome.
Did you see that, like, when you started? You probably just started because you wanted to do music and it seemed like a fun way to maybe make a living, and now you're changing lives. Was that ever part of the process where you're like, we need to get to this place, to this point?
No, never. Like, I think back in the day, I can actually remember thinking to myself, like, being in college and being inspired by other people that have made a difference in some way, and thinking, I'll never do that. I'll never be able to do that. And thinking I'm quite, like, just ordinary and passive, and just how do you make a difference if you're one person? Like,
sure.
All those things I used to think, and now, like, all this time has gone by, and yeah, I mean, just music alone, just being able to have the gift to be able to write a song that actually touches somebody else. I've obviously seen, like, I do these meet and greets, like, before the show, and I get to meet, like, hundreds of people that have listened and supported my music through the years, and it's incredible, the healing power of music. Like, not only have these songs helped me through my life,
sure,
but other people at the same time. And then by those people coming and just having a night out and buying a ticket, $1 is going to these families that maybe not even heard of me before, but they have sick kids and they get to do. So it's a chain reaction. And no, I could have never predicted any of this, and I feel super lucky to be doing it.
That's really great. Again, the Zappos Theater, Planet Hollywood, the Gwen Stefani Just a Tour Residency, Ticketmaster.com/Gwen. My partner, Sandy, who is not here, would kill me if I didn't at least ask. She's a gigantic fan of you and Blake together, as is in the entire world. If you don't mind, I'm just curious, like, because I've also gone through one marriage and then found the girl of my dreams, when did you have your moment where you knew this was it? Like, he's the guy, he's your guy?
Oh, that's weird. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Blake is one of those guys that, like, he's like a unicorn. Everybody seems to love him, and he's been on The Voice for how many seasons? Like 17 seasons or something like that. And I had never even heard of him before I was on that show. So I just, he's one of those magical people that everyone loves, and I just have been lucky enough that I get to call him my best friend. So it's pretty crazy, and he's actually doing shows tonight, and we're going to be doing a lot of shows on the same nights, different places in the country, so that's going to kind of suck because before, like, I would go out and see him, and he would come to Vegas and see me, but we both get to be doing what we love, and that we feel really lucky for that.
Get off stage and go right to FaceTime?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Gwen. Always good to talk to you. Always good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. I
Always.
appreciate it.